Hi all the students. Today we are going to learn tables in HTML. Now tables means the tables that we usually see that we create in Microsoft Word. I am talking about those tables which contain rows and columns. So whenever you want to represent some information in a website in a tabular form, the most convenient way of doing it is using the tables. So for that we have the table tag. So any table that you want to create would be created within the table tag. So the table tag has both an opening and closing delimiter, right? So now whatever table I'll create it within the table tags. So let's see how we can create a table. Now the rows of a table are always given inside the tr tag, right? So obviously you know a table has rows and columns, so the rows you will give inside the tr tag. Now the first row is usually the heading of the table, right? That is bold, which appears in bold. So the heading, for the headings of the table rows you have the tag th. So the first row, which is the main heading, is written like this. Within the tr tag you write the th tag. So for example, name of the student, this will be a heading. Then you close this table header. Then you start with another table header within the same row itself, that is age of the student. Then I close this table header and then I close this specific table row, right? Because this row contains only two headers, the name of the student and the age of the student. So these will be the two headings in the first row. The first row tr consists of two headings, name and age. So both these two headings will be inside the separate header tags. Th tag opens here and the th tag closes here. Then the th tag for the age opens here and the th tag for the age closes here. And then finally I close this row, that is I close the tr tag. Now let's save this and see the changes in the browser. See, so as of now, since I have given just one row and in that row I have given two headers or two headings which were name and age. So this is how it appears, right? Now these two headings have appeared. Now I say the header row is by default aligned in the center. Now rest of the rows, if I want to align them in the center, I will say align equals to center, right? Then so for the first row we give the headings, so that is why within the tr tag we give the th tag. From the second row onwards we give the normal data. So within the tr tag we give the td tag, that is for the table data, right? So first data would be under the name column or the name heading. So I say the first name is Priya, so the table data is Priya. Then I close this td tag. Okay, then the second data would be under the heading age. So I say the age is 18. So again within another td tag I write 18, right? And then I close this row also, the second row also I will close now. So I save the changes and let's see if these changes are reflected. I open it in the browser and now I see under the name heading I have the name Priya, under the age heading I have the age 18. Similarly, I can create multiple such rows. So I will copy this tag again. So for the third row, the table data, for the heading name is, I say, Kainat, and the age is 16. Now I will save these changes and I'll see if they are reflected in the browser. See, now there are two rows under the name and age heading: Priya, whose age is 18, and Kainat, whose age is 16. So this is how I can give the rows and columns of the table. Now you must be seeing that the borders of the table and the horizontal and vertical lines of the conventional tables are missing here. So how do we give that? For that I write under the body tag and within the table tag, right? So I first of all give a border to the table, so I write table border equals to 5. Now let's see the changes after giving the border. So now you see I have a border here. Now it looks like a typical table. The table has a border here. So the moment I give table border, the cells and all the rows and columns get highlighted and separated with a border, just like in a typical table. Now I say the width of the border. I will specify what width of the border I want. So for that I give the width attribute. I say width equals to 50%. That means it will occupy 50% space. I will save the changes and I will see if they are reflected in the browser window. See, so now this is occupying 50% of the space. So it is, the border is now 50%. Actually the width of the border is now 50%, right? Now if you want to give any caption to the table, generally captions in case of tables are provided at the bottom of the table. So for that I have the caption tag. So after the table tag I write caption. So this keyword or this tag is to provide caption. Then I say align equals to bottom. So I want to align this caption in the bottom. And what is the caption says? The caption says personal information, and then I close the caption tag. So the caption tag also has both the closing and opening delimiter. So now let's see the changes. I save the changes and then I open it in the browser. So now you can see caption here. So caption is always given at the end of the table. So personal information like this. So this is because I said align equals to bottom. That is why you can see that the personal information here is written at the bottom, right? Now if I say align equals to, I can say, I can ask to align it in the top and at the bottom. So if I say top, then let's see how it appears. So I save the changes and I then see it in the browser. So now you see the caption is provided in the top. So for a table generally we provide captions at the bottom, but as per the requirement you can place the caption either at the top or the bottom. So the caption tag takes two attributes, either align equals to top or align equal to bottom. When I said align equals to bottom, the caption appeared here at the bottom of the table. When I said align equals to top, then I could see the caption here aligned at the top, right? So now I will give the BR tag and save the changes and refresh my browser. Now let's see. Okay, so this is the caption tag. Now if I want to place the entire table in the center, so for that, within the body tag, that means after the body tag I say center, and after the table ends I close the center tag. So anything basically inside the body tag that you want to put at the center of the page, you place it within the center tag. Now I have saved the change and I'll refresh my browser. So now you see that this table is aligned at the center. Earlier it was left aligned by default, and when I say center, it appears in the center of the table. So this is how you can give your table. Okay, now if you want to adjust the width of a particular column, for that you have to give the width attribute in the th tag. So if I say width equals to 20%, so instead of 50, the individual column, if I want to give the width to an individual column, I say width equals to 20%. Now I save the changes. So this way only this individual column will be having a changed width. So I'll save the changes. I will refresh my browser. So now you see earlier the width of this individual column th, and now the width of this individual column is 20%, right? So this way you can also change the width of the individual columns in case you do not want to change the width of the entire table. So table border was 5 and width was 50% earlier, but now I do not want to change the width of the entire table. I just want to change the width of this particular column. So now I say width is equal to 20% over here within the th column, and for the entire table I gave it here in the table tag. So now I'll show you after removing from the table tag how it looks. So see, now only the the width of the th tag is 20%. If I increase it to 50%, save, and then refresh. So like this, right? So width is now 50% here, like this. So this way you can increase the width of the individual column also. Okay, now if I want to use spacing between the cells and data, right now you can see there is hardly any spacing between the data and the cells. They are quite close to each other. So I would rather first of all prefer giving the width, increasing the width of the entire table than just the specific column. So I say table width equals to 50%, right? Now I'll save this changes. Okay, now I want some spacing between. First of all, let me close these extra tabs to avoid any confusion. So I'm closing these extra tabs. So now, okay, I'll refresh it once again and show you how it looks. See, so now the table width is 50%, right? And it is aligned at the center. Now if I want, here you can see that clearly, if I want to provide spacing between the cells and the data, for that I have the attribute cell padding. Right, now I decrease the width to 25%. So cell padding attribute gives spacing between the cells and the data. I say cell padding equals to 10. Then I save the changes and I refresh my browser. See, here you can see now there is spacing between the cells and the data. So the data and this is the cell rectangular portion in which this name data is. So this is now the spacing between the cells and the data has increased to how much? To an amount of 10 pixels. So this way I can give spacing between cells and data. Now what if I give the border to 1? Now I don't like border to be too thick, so I say border equals to 1. Now I refresh it once again, so my border is lighter now. Right, now if I want to give spacing between adjacent cells, now these are the adjacent cells. Name is one cell and age is another cell, and these are two adjacent cells. If I want to give spacing between these adjacent cells, for that I have the attribute known as cell spacing. So cell spacing also I give 10. And now let's see the difference. Okay, now this is before giving the cell spacing tag, right? Cell spacing attribute. Now after giving the cell spacing attribute, I will refresh. So see, there is enough space between the adjacent cells also now. So this way you can increase the spacing between adjacent cells. Okay, similarly you can give the background color for the table or for the individual columns, right? So if I want to change the background color of the table only, right? So I give bg color equals to gray. I save the changes. So right now it is without the bg color. Now I refresh, so the bg color is gray now. Now in case I don't want to change the bg color of the entire table but only the specific column, so for that what I will do, I will remove this bg color tag from here and rather I will put it inside the th. So it will table header tag. So it will change the bg color of that specific header only. So I say th bg color equals to gray. So I save the changes. Okay, and I refresh. So I had given the bg color only for the name table header. So only the color of the name table header has changed. If I give the same bg color to the age table header also, to the second table header. Okay, now I save the changes. I refresh my browser. Now you can see the bg color for these two table headers has changed. So this way I can change the bg color of the entire table or of the specific column, right? Okay, now what about the table data columns? These are the table headers. What about the normal table data? For them also I can have separate colors, right? So here for that I will write the bg color attribute in the td tag. So this time I want, say, yellow color, right? So bg color is yellow now. So I refresh my browser, so you can see this is yellow. Now the second table data, I say the bg color to be, I want the bg color to be pink, right? So what I do, I save, I refresh, and the bg color of this particular table data td is pink. So this way I can change the individual background colors also for respective table data and respective table headers. And just in case you want to have the same background color for the entire table, you know that you have to give the bg color attribute in the table tag, right? Okay, now this caption that you are seeing here, now if in case you want a spacing between the caption and the table, now here right now you can see there is no spacing between the caption and the table. If you want to give a spacing between the caption and the table, so, and also you want to put it in bold, so what you do? Okay, so for that first of all I want to put it in bold, so I put the B tag. Within the caption tag I put the B tag. Okay, now let's see the changes. I save it and I refresh it. See, it is in bold now. Now further I want to give some space between the table and the caption. So what do? I again put the BR tag within the caption and B tag. So I say BR here and okay, now I save the changes. So there is some space between the screen and the caption, right? What if I want to put it at the bottom? I say align equals to bottom. I save the changes. I refresh my browser. So now it has come in the bottom with a spacing, right? Now there is spacing between the table and the caption because of the BR tag. So this way you can have spacing between the table and the caption and put it anywhere, either on the top or on the bottom of the table. Now you have the col span and row span attributes also to specify the number of columns which a particular cell will occupy and the number of rows that a particular cell will occupy, right? So col span tells how many columns a particular cell will occupy and row span tells how many rows a particular cell will occupy. These attributes, that is the row span and col span, are given within the th tag, right? So I say th. Okay, now I remove the okay, I don't need to remove the background color. Now I say th row span. So basically I can say row span and col span are the attributes of the th tag. I say row span equals to 2, right? And then I save and then I refresh my browser. So row span here is 2 by now. Why? Because this particular column is occupying 2 rows. See, row span, the table header for the name heading is occupying 2 rows because I said row span equals to 2. So now you can see that the name column itself has occupied 2 rows here. So it is occupying the space of 2 rows because I have said that row span equals to 2. Now if I give the same attribute for the second cell also, right, for the age header, now let's see the changes. I refresh. Now you see both of them are acquiring the space of 2 rows, right? So this way. Now if I want a particular cell to occupy the column space of say 3 columns or 2 columns specifically, for that I have the col span attribute. Now I say that the name heading or the th for the name heading occupies 2 rows. Here the row span is 2, and the age heading, that is the th tag for the age heading, occupies the space of 3 columns. So I say col span equals to 3. So like this, I save the changes, I refresh my browser. So here you see, now this particular See, the age cell is occupying the space of 3 columns, right? You can see here it is occupying the space of 1, 2 and 3 columns. So this way you can customize the table with the space a particular header or a cell will occupy using the row span and the col span attribute. Using row span you can specify how many rows a particular cell will occupy, and using col span you can tell how many columns a particular cell will occupy, right? If I delete this col span and row span, it again gets back to its normal. That means it will again occupy the normal conventional space. One cell will occupy the space of only one row and one column otherwise, unless specifically specified with row span or col span, right? So this is how you can